Hi, in this video, I'll talk through a character array, and arrays are discussed in chapter 13 of your textbook. Let's begin by discussing what an array is. Loosely speaking, an array is a grouping of SAS variables. And it's very important that you understand that within SAS, all elements of an array must be of the same type. So they either must be all numeric or all character. In this example, we'll be dealing with a character array. Take a look at my little program here. I'm going to read in the data I have here in my data lines. I've got 4 variables. They are a customer ID, which I've chosen to be numeric, and then 3 character variables, shirt, hat, and mug. The Y's and N's here in the data represent whether somebody did, or yes, bought one of these items, or N did not buy. And I want to group these 3 together because I want to go across each observation and look at all 3. Were any of them a yes? And if so, I want to return the number 1. And then if I don't have any yeses for an observation, SAS will just provide a missing value for me. To set up an array, I'll need the keyword array. I'll need to provide a name for this array, and in my example, the array name is items. I'll need to provide the size of the array. That's the number of variables in it. For this example, we have shirt, hat, and mug. That's 3 variables, so my array size is 3. And because all of these are character variables, I have to tell SAS that this is a character array by using my $ symbol. Now I've got my do loop, which says I'm going to go from 1 to 3, which is the size of my array. And if any of the items in this array has a Y value, I'll create a new variable called bas150 and give it a value of 1. Otherwise, I'll have a missing value. Now let's take a look at my actual data. When I run this program, I should get a 1, a missing, a 1, a 1, and a missing. Because I have Y's here in observation 1, I don't have any in observation 2, I do have 1 in line 3. I have several, all 3 items are bought for customer number 4, and then none were bought for customer number 5. So let's run this and see if that is indeed what we get. And yes, here is my bas150 variable. And for observation 1, I get a 1. And then for observation 2, it's missing because none of them were bought. And then I have a 1 for line 3, a 1 for line 4, and a missing for line 5. Now let's go back to our code and take a look at a couple other ways this could have been written and gotten the same results. SAS has a really fun, in my opinion, array option called _character_. There is an equivalent for numeric arrays called _numeric_. And if you specify that here after your array size, that allows you not to have to list out all of your variables that you're including. Only use this if you want all of the character variables in your data set to be included in the array. And that's what I do want here. I do not have to put my $ because this array option tells SAS that it is character array. It also says that all of the character variables are to be included. If I run this, I'll get the same results I already did. There are a couple other options we could use. And this becomes handy the larger your data set is, meaning the more variables you have in it. Let's say I didn't want to have to count 1, 2, 3. I could put a little asterisk here inside my braces, and SAS will count the number of character variables for me, and it knows that the array size is 3. With that, I could also use my dim function. Dim stands for dimension. So in my do statement, I can say go from 1 to the dimension of my items array. It counted it for me. It knows we're going from 1 to 3. And I can run this and again get the exact same results that I did before, as we see here. So just to review, an array is a grouping of variables that makes certain programming more efficient and easier, because I can look at multiple variables all at the same time. I have to be able to distinguish between character and numeric, because all of the variables in my array have to be of the same type, either character or numeric, and if it's character, I must tell SAS that. There are some other options I could use. I can use the underscore character underscore option, and I can also have SAS count the number of character or numeric variables in my data set. All right, that concludes my video on arrays.